Hi guys, good afternoon everybody. This is Anindya Vikas Day. So I am back with my slides right now. So I will just tell you in brief who am I and what is my mission. I am a power system specialist and I only validate the plant electrical design work carried out by any contractor or consultant to make it error free. If a consultant is charging over 2,40,000 USD annually for one person, I can usually save them at least 1,40,000 USD with my expert opinion. I will tell you a brief about me. Who am I? I am an electrical engineer and 15 plus years of experience in mega projects in electrical system design, project management and technical due diligence for chemical, petrochemical plants, coal-based power plant, combined cycle power plant, simple cycle power plant, solar PV plant and EHV substations including AIS and GIS and EHV transmission lines up to 765 kV. I am a power system specialist in simulation studies in ETAP, PSSC, PSS Syncal and in PSCAD software. I have executed several projects and I have executed more than 30 solar PV plant grid compliance studies in various demographies, be it in Egypt, Argentina, Bangladesh, India and in many other countries like UAE. So here I will give you a brief about my social statistics, that is my social media profiles. I am on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. I have my own Facebook group and Facebook page. And in LinkedIn I have 903 followers. In Instagram just have recently opened, that is 24 followers, and in Facebook I have 374 followers, and YouTube channel also recently launched in the name of Anindya Vikas Day, and I have 26 subscribers till now. So here I am continuing the series on generic model for solar PV plants. This is the fourth of the series 10. Already I have published the series 1, 2 and 3 in LinkedIn and in various other social medias. So right now I will tell today about the inverter electrical controller model of PSSC model development part of the solar PV plant. In last slide I have described about the generator model REGCA. Today I will talk about RECV1. So like that previous series, I will just tell you what are the parameters required and what are the parameters we need to set and what are the parameters are by default. So here you can see there are certain parameters and the set values I have also given, and the cells highlighted in the green font, those need to be set properly. So the first one, VDIP, it is the low voltage threshold to active and reactive current injection logic. So basically this is the point from where LVRT mode starts. It depends on the various grid codes. Suppose in one grid code the continuous operation is specified for any inverter from -10%, then in that case we can set the VDIP as 0.9. So up to 0.9 per unit voltage at the inverter terminal, there will be no reactive power support, but whenever the terminal voltage goes down below 0.9, in that case this inverter will go into LVRT mode. Similarly, V up, voltage above which reactive current injection logic is activated, that is the over voltage limit. So in any grid code, if it is specified as 1.2 or 1.3 per unit, in this case I have specified as 1.2 based on one certain grid code. This is the over voltage pickup. So beyond this point, if the voltage at the POC increases above 1.2, and at the same time the terminal voltage at the inverter increases above 1.2, in that case the inverter will go to HVRT mode, that is high voltage reactive current transfer mode. Okay. So other parameters you can see, that is voltage filter time constant, voltage error deadband for lower threshold and upper threshold. Those are default parameters. And the next important parameter is the KQV, reactive current injection gain during over and under voltage condition. So basically this KQV has different ranges. It varies from 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. In various grid codes, there are requirements of setting these KQV values. Also, this is a very critical parameter, and in practical scenario, what I have observed is that suppose that you have to maintain certain reactive power at the POC whenever there is any fault. So if you put KQV value is equal to 0, there will not be any reactive current and no reactive power injected from the inverter during the fault condition. So when KQV is equal to 2, in that case, based on that settings, it will give certain reactive current and reactive power at the POC. And if there is any shortfall, in that case, you have a choice to set the KQV values. It can be varied from 0 to 4 and you can adjust this value. So in one particular project, we had to set this KQV value more than 2 and we had to set it approximately 2.5, and that is a very practical scenario based on the system condition. So other parameters, that upper limit on reactive current injection and lower limit on reactive current injection. Usually this is the inverter rated current limit 1 per unit, or you can put it 1.1 per unit as well as or minus 1.1 per unit depending on the inverter. So these are also default parameters. The next other parameters for this RECB1, that is inverter electrical controller model, you have to set the various other parameters like the Qmax, Qmin, Vmax and Vmin. Qmax is the limit for reactive power regulator, and Qmax you have to set based on the total plant MVA base. Suppose your plant is 50 megawatt, so in that case, and your base MVA is 55 or 52 MVA, whatever it is based on the calculation. So in that case, you can select Qmax is equal to 0.6 per unit on MVA base. So similarly, you have to calculate. This is a calculated parameter. It will vary from plant to plant, and it will vary from grid code to grid code, because in various grid codes, these Qmax values are defined differently. And other parameters are Vmax and Vmin. It is same as the threshold limits. Like in LVRT mode, it starts operating below 0.9. So 0.9 to 1.1, this is the continuous range you can say. And so below 0.9, it will go into LVRT mode, and above 1.1, it will go into HVRT mode. And there are various time instances, means from 1.1 to 1.2 it may withstand for certain second, then 1.2 to 1.3 it may withstand for certain lesser second. So likewise, this is the Vmax and Vmin. This is the maximum nominal, this is the nominal and minimum and maximum value of the voltage during which the inverter will not respond to is in its ride through mode. And other parameters like the reactive power regulator proportional gain and regular integral gain, these are default parameters. You can put it as 1. And certain other parameters are there. Here the most important parameter is dp max and dp min. What is dp max and dp min? It is the megawatt change per second as per the grid code, maximum what is permitted and minimum what is permitted. So in every grid code it is specified that you can ramp up or ramp down the megawatt capacity, that certain limit is specified, and here it is typical value we have put as 10 based on certain grid code, and on the project whichever has been considered, so based on that one. So other parameters like Pmax, Pmin, these are the means this is the default parameter. So it is the maximum case, it is in per unit. So whatever is the plant maximum capacity. So based on that you can put it as 1 per unit.